Hello and welcome. It's a good day to be on the farm. My name is Chuck, and this is Somerset Farms, episode 4. And in the last episode, we just completed everything we needed to on field 15 for today, or for August, I should say, including getting it rolled, which is why we've got this roller on the back of our case here. So we're going to drop this off, and I need to unfold it, so I can't apparently store it folded up like that. So let's bring it over here, and we will put it back this way. As flat against the wall as we can get it, so that it's out of the way. And we're actually going to drop this weight off here too. And then we're going to run over to our old starting area where all of our equipment is and start hauling some of that over here. So here in front of us is field 15. And as you can see, that's ready to go, or at least as ready to go as it can be for today. It should hopefully pop here in September, and we should see a little bit of green on that field, and we can kind of go from there. So we're going to bring some of that equipment back over here and kind of start getting all of our supplies moved over. And also, I'm looking for another field in this episode. So I had asked in the last episode what field we should get next, or what we want to do next. And actually, one of my viewers, Rick, commented that we should get field 36. So we're going to look at that today too and see if that is the field that we want to buy. And we'll kind of go from there. So we're going to come down this way and kind of work our way over. Is this the... Yeah, this is the cut across that we take to get back there. And this field over on our left is field 36 that we had talked about originally cultivating when we had started this series. In fact, I believe we left our cultivator sitting on the ground over here right outside this field, which we did right here. So there's our cultivator. Let's come take a look at this real quick, actually, since we're here. And it's got stones on it like our other one. And this has been planted. This field is full of canola. Is that right? Yes, it is. Look, bright green, just like the canola we planted right here. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't I don't know what we should do about that. So it is full of canola, which is fine. It's a great crop, and it's been planted. And it doesn't need rolling, but the rocks are still here on top, which is also confusing because our field that we just did, field 15, we rolled it after we planted it in August, and the rocks went back under. So I don't know why this one doesn't need rolling and still has rocks, or whatever, but the point being, it's planted. It is still a very nice field. Let's go back and look at the map here. No, let's go here. So, no, let's go here. Okay, I'll get it right one of these times. Here we go. So, we own field 15. We own this lot, which has the 2 sheds on it and the sell points. And then we own field 18, which has our sorghum. So like here, this is 1.83 hectaacres. And it has got a 108% yield potential, which is good because it is mainly sandy loam, loamy sand, and just a little silty clay. And that's one of the things we had originally talked about down here. This one has only a 91% yield potential because it has 92% silty clay. So we don't want a field like that has all that silty clay. So we come over here, and this one has 110% bonus, which I think is what Rick was talking about when he suggested it. It is a really nice field. It's 2.6 hectaacres as well, and it kind of lines up with our other fields, despite having this highway in the middle here, with that loamy sand, sandy loam, and zero silty clay. So yield potential is really nice. Do we want 2 fields of canola? I don't know. Another option would be this field down here, but again, 107% yield bonus, but it's mainly loam with a little bit of, well, it's about half loam, half silty clay. So again, there must be this band of silty clay running through the fields down in this corner. I believe 49 was also available, but look at that. That's got a lot of loamy sand, and it's 90% yield potential. So really, this field has got great stats, just like our field down here is doing really well, and the sorghum field is doing well too. So really, that is a really nice field. This one over here had the corn in it, and we don't have a corn header. And this one had the soybeans we talked about. But look at that, 79. This is all sand, or loamy sand. So I gotta say, I'm kind of siding with Rick here. This is a really nice field for yield potential, in addition to being kind of lined up. The only downside is we didn't get to plant it. Oh, hey, look, our rain is starting. Yeah, we didn't get to plant it, but you know, that's okay. You guys just saw me plant for basically 3 episodes. Plant and roll, so maybe this is good. Yeah, maybe we don't need to plant at all, because we've already seen that. Maybe we can move on to some other things like spreading fertilizer. So, yeah, you know what? Based on that, I say we do it. It's been planted for us. The guy just saved us a lot of work. The cost actually doesn't go up at all. And we're just going to have a lot of canola. So that is a thing that we can do. Let's go ahead and do it. So we're going to go ahead and buy this for 153,000. And this is now our canola field. Don't like those rocks on there, but we're not going to run a rock picker on it now that it's been planted. We could run a roller on it and just push those rocks down, but we don't really need to. We can just take care of that the next time that we come through here. So anyway, that's the next field that we're going to buy. And again, we don't need this cultivator. So at some point in time, we need to take that cultivator over to our shed as well. But I want to get the equipment out of our old stomping grounds here, because our lease has run out. We aren't working that farm, and the new farmers that they have leased it to need those sheds for their equipment. So it's important for us to get our equipment moved over. So that's what we're going to work on here this episode as well. And then obviously it's raining, so pretty soon we will shift to the next day as well, once we get some equipment moved out. So I believe it's right here. Yep. So the reason I brought this specific tractor back is to get the front loader here, and that's why I had to take the weight off. So we're going to go ahead and get this attached. We've got a couple pieces of equipment over here as well that we can haul, but I'm going to start with the pallet forks here. And we're going to take the fertilizer spreader as well and get that moved over to the next field, or not, excuse me, to the area, our sheds over at our new spot. But we're also going to go get some fertilizer because I need to fertilize our land as well. Field 15 that we just planted. I think it's actually quicker to get to the farm store if we go over this way. So let's try that. Yield 6, 7, 8. I believe the farm store is right over here. And actually, one thing we need to do, because we have precision farming installed, is actually figure out what we need for our fields as well, because we're going to buy some, what do you call it, soil samples to get a, well, what is this we've left over here? This is our seeds. Yeah, 400 liters of seeds. All right, so we need to get, actually we need to check our fertilizer spreader can hold 3,200 liters of solid fertilizer. Okay. So let's get that selected here. Pallets, there we go. How much is in a big bag of solid fertilizer? That's 1,000 liters, so we could buy 3 of these. I think that's the best deal. 1,800 for 1,000 liters. If you buy it in pallets, you get 750 for 1,400. So yeah, the big bag is the better deal. So we're going to get 3 bags of solid fertilizer. Here. And we'll get this opened up. And filled with these 3. And we're running out of daylight to get a lot of this equipment moved, so I won't make you watch me move all of our equipment over. I'll probably do quite a bit of that off camera as well, but we will get this moved over because fertilizing is the next step, especially because we have 2 big fields of canola now, not just 1. So we need to get those fertilized in the first growth stage, which will be September most likely, and we're going to go ahead and use our front loader to grab these seeds as well. Then we're going to haul all this stuff over to the new setup. And then we also don't have anywhere to sleep because we don't own a farmhouse yet. So I've got a solution or 2 from that, so I want to look at those and give us a place to rest tonight, especially now that it's raining and dark, so we can move on to the next step. So we'll go park this stuff up in the shed, and then we'll go find a spot to sleep, basically. And there's our sheds over here, and this is our, I really wish there was a cut across, but unfortunately there's not. So we're going to go ahead and drive this way. All these brick houses are kind of nice too, but you can't buy any of those. But that's all right. So we're going to take this road here, past the gas station, and back down our gravel road. Man, it got dark fast. Probably because of the rain, but yeah, I was expecting to be able to get a few more things done today, but I think this is going to be it. Filling up the fertilizer spreader and grabbing the front loader and this big bag. So we will take all this stuff into here to get it out of the rain. And pay no attention to the fact that it is still raining in my shed. Apparently they didn't waterproof it very well. Anyway, we will go ahead and get this parked up here. All right. And then we have a couple of options for adding a place to sleep. We can put something right here that would be a little bit out of the way. Or I was thinking way back here. This might be kind of annoying to get to. I suppose you could cut across here, but this might be kind of an annoying spot to get to just to sleep every day. But this little piece of open ground here isn't doing anything. And this is the cut across between these two fields that we own. And actually, I guess you can cut through right here from the roads. That might not be too bad to just install something here. So let's take a look at this real quick. In our construction, I've got a couple of different housing options downloaded. So if we go to farmhouses, I know in a couple of other series that I have done, I use things like the tent. There's a bench you can use. I've used this tent as well. But I kind of like this tiny house. I don't think I've used this in anything so far. So you just basically, and I've got my flashlight pointed at it. Basically, we just drop this back under the trees and have this tiny little house that we can use to sleep in. Oops, and I put it down, so I guess that's what we're doing. It is a little close to the edge of this field, which is probably going to be annoying, but that's okay. But there we go. And it's got lights on in it, and you can open it up and go inside. And it even has a fold-down bed where you can sleep. Yep, and there's the bathroom. And the window. Oh, I can't get in there because the bed's down. But anyway. So this is our house, and I've got a branch coming through the wall, but pay no attention to that. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and sleep because it is dark and rainy, and we will wake up at 9 in the morning on the next day and take another look at what we've got going on. So we now have 3 fields, 15, 18, and 36, 2 planted with canola, 1 with sorghum that we should be able to harvest in the near future. And yep, here is our canola here planted with small weeds, but growing. And I would guess field 18 looks like that as well. So we'll go ahead and shut that and run back down here. Oh, look, some deer out in the morning. So we've got some weeds. We're going to go ahead and have to spray or get a weeder and run it over that. And I like those manual weeders. I'll probably end up doing that as well. And let's see. We also probably need to fertilize. And we're not going to need the seeder for a little while, so maybe we can take this one out here. Let's run over and take a look at our field 36 as well. Ooh, look, and that sorghum that we own turned and is ready to harvest. So busy September ahead of us. We got to harvest that sorghum and weed our field 15 and probably weed our field 36. So like I said, not a big loss that we don't have to plant it. It's actually probably a nice thing that we don't have to plant field 36. We've got the maximum not maximum, but we've got a really nice yield bonus at 110% for good soil. What do you click to pick this up? We found a horse. And there's something right over here too. 8 more pigs. Nice. Alright. Let's cut through here. Really, there's 3 collectibles at this gas station. 8 more trailers. Okay. So we're going to run over to field 36 here real quick and just see what state it's in as well. If we need to weed both of these, it's going to be a very busy day. Yeah, this is our cutoff here. Yep, and so here's our other field. And just like our field that we planted, weeds small, canola growing. So this is a big field. We have basically 4 hectares that we need to weed today. So that's what we're going to do first thing. First is get that weeder going here. I don't think we're going to spray. I think we should weed. Well, oh, hello. Sorry about that, buddy. Causing accidents. That's not great. Yep, and there's another one. I'm trying to get out of the way, and then we need to harvest. Now, I think sorghum can be harvested for 2 months, so if we don't get the sorghum harvested today, we can harvest it the next day. And I'm pretty sure we don't own a sprayer. A sprayer would be a faster way to take care of these fields with the weeds, so that's tempting. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the map, not where I was driving, because I was trying to figure out what was down there in fields 1, 2, and 3. Spraying would be faster. Weeding is better long term because you don't have to keep paying for the spray. So that's why I like the weeders. But let's just take a look at our options down here at the farm store, and we will go from there. So hopping out of the McCormick, gonna get here. Let's go to the garage. We don't own a weeder. It does not look like. And we don't own a sprayer. Oh, we do own a sprayer. Well, there you go. We own a sprayer and an additional tank for the sprayer. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. What is our fill limit here? So 1.2 thousand liters and 1.5. So that's almost 3,000 liters and 2.7. Where did we house this? I did not see this over at our facility there. So I wish I didn't have to run back here and fill it up once I get it. But let's just for fun look at the weeder as well. This is the weeder. There's a lot of them, but this is the one that I like. It is 45,000, but you don't ever have to buy herbicide, and herbicide's expensive. And it's 15 meters wide, so it goes pretty fast to weed the fields with that, and you can do it in the first growth stage, which is where we're at now. So this is the one I like to use when I'm manually weeding the fields, because you don't have to keep paying for it. Some of these allow you to do small and medium weeds. Small and medium here. Technically that's a hoe, not a weeder. Interesting. 51,000, but it's only 9 meters wide. And the rest of these just do small growth weeds. And some of these can seed too, which is interesting. But you can only seed things like grass and oilseed radish and, interestingly enough, canola. But yeah, so we have the sprayer already. We should probably just use that to spray the herbicide on, and it will be a little bit quicker, which will be nice given the amount of fields we need to spray. So I apologize that I did not have the sprayer on this before we went to the store. I didn't realize we had the sprayer. So we're going to have to drive back to the store to fill up the herbicide as well. And then we will get started on that. And then I can use the other tractor to start moving equipment as well from one field to the other. And that's going to keep us pretty busy today. And then I need to look at the sorghum real quick. There's a baler and a tedder and a mower, I'm going to say. And here is our sprayer. So yep, and the landlord asked us to get all this equipment out of here so that the new tenants can take over. So we need to get everything moved over to our new farmyard here in September as well. So we're going to start working on that in the coming days as well. Am I hooking this up on the wrong side? Why is this not? There we go. This wasn't lined up very well. Alright, so we came in this way. No, we did not. It was down here. Not a bad farmyard. I didn't realize there was all this stuff over here too. This must be where the animal sheds were. Most of the equipment I saw was over there, so I didn't even realize we had a baler set up as well. We'll probably sell some of that stuff, but not in this episode. But we'll get this equipment moved over and get busy spraying. And sorghum. Gotta check that sorghum. You could also get the harvester moved over so we could start harvesting, and get that tipper moved over so we could start tipping the sorghum into that, and that would get those two pieces of equipment out of here as well. So once we get the spraying going, that will be an option for us. So back at the store, gonna get pallets of herbicide. This is 2,000 liters a pop. So buy one, buy a second one, and we'll start by filling up the front tank. And while that's going, let's check our harvest schedule. So yes, sorghum looks like we could harvest it in August or September. So we have to get that harvested today too. So yeah, busy day. We got to get all the spraying done. And get that harvest done. Now that is a very small field that we need to harvest, so that's okay. And we're going to get everything but 300 liters of this put in here. Or excuse me, 1,300 liters. So that's just fine. We can, once we're done spraying, we'll probably need to come fill up anyway and get those done. So we'll get this started, and then we'll get that harvester moved over. And then after we get the harvester moved over, we will get that tipper moved over, and that will be a lot of the big equipment out of the way. Well, I like it. I was a little hesitant at first, but things are moving forward, and I think this is going to be a good setup for us. I don't like necessarily having multiple fields of the same crop, so we'll definitely rotate them next time around, but for now, this will be a good way to start. And hey, look, there's a little entrance to the bottom of the field here, so that's nice. Let me just check my tires on here. That's not destroying the crop because we're in first growth stage, so that's fine. So we'll go ahead and spread this out and then zoom out so we can see how wide this really is once it gets going. And just like that, we're going to find our angle. It's a little bit off center, so I think 260 is about right. Start our spray and get moving forward. Yep, and that seems to be taking care of them. Let's make sure we're getting the edge of the field there. Alright guys, and I appreciate you coming back and watching this episode. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more great farming content like this. And ring that bell if you want notifications when new episodes are released. I'm going to go ahead and get this field started and get a worker going down here, and then I'm going to start moving some of that other equipment over, and then I'll catch you guys up in episode 4 where we're at with the harvesting and the spraying for all these fields. But I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Have a good night. Bye-bye.